Hi, and welcome to a new video on my channel. Today we're going to talk about March.
You can't say you didn't see this coming. Finally got some inspiration right again.
Grab yourself a coffee and let's get into it. I've already been drinking this coffee, so it's like halfway done, but let's talk about March. Alright, so for March, I feel like a lot has happened in March, and March was generally a good month. I would say March, it was good. March was definitely my month, as I kind of predicted. So I'm happy, I'm pretty good, I'm pretty pumped. Feeling good about March. So if I look back on March kind of mood and life-wise, I feel like March was a good month. I think based on like my general mood and general kind of like mental space. I obviously still have ups and downs I'm gonna go through, but it's been like more steady, I would say. So feeling good about that. Then in general for March as well, writing wise, I don't think I've done like tons of writing in March, but I did get into like revising my book, so that is good. I didn't do like tons of work towards that, but that's also fine. Can't always be majorly productive, so I'm okay with that. What I did notice in March though is that I kind of stopped journaling. Not just like my personal journal that I used to do every morning, but also my bullet journal. I kind of stopped tracking everything, so my trackers have been like empty for the last 2 weeks. I haven't really been updating them, so I don't know where that came from or what that is, that I'm not actually updating it, but I think it's probably because everything seems a little bit more busy in a way. Like I am more hands-on with things. I'm like doing a lot of things. In general, that is what I do, right? But I feel like work has also picked up, so there's like less time for me to kind of ease into work in the morning. Like, yeah, there is time for me to ease into work, but that is me easing into reading my emails and kind of planning out my day before my day is filled with meetings back to back. So I feel like with that being busier, I have less time to kind of think about, oh yeah, I should journal, or oh yeah, I should track this. Like I just forget about it. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm still trying to decide. I don't think it's a super bad thing because I haven't been like missing doing it a lot, but I also don't think I should keep going by not doing it. I feel like I should probably take time to at least maybe once a week journal, like write down my thoughts and stuff, just because I feel like that is a good time to kind of reflect and also a good time to kind of take for myself instead of just kind of going into, oh, let's just do everything at once kind of thing. So that forces me to kind of sit down and do things. So I feel like I should probably implement it again in April, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, with that being said, that means my bullet journal has not been fully filled in. Like I will have my tracking page. You can see that I stopped tracking this halfway through the month. So I did kind of still, you know, track it a little bit, but I've kind of fallen off of the tracking road, I guess. I've also not been updating this one, my 23s in 2023. Not been updating that at all either. So there's just been pages that I haven't updated as I went. I think the only page that I have updated is like this one where I track my books and then also the movie that I've watched. I've been updating that. But other than that, I haven't really been updating my bullet journal. I've done my weekly kind of to-do list pages and my weekly scheduled pages and monthly pages and stuff, as in like meetings and what I need to do that week. I've been using it for that mostly, and that has definitely helped me and worked, but I've not been doing the tracking of everything. Same thing with tracking my words. I've not been doing that at all this year. I feel like I tried to do it in January and February because I was like, oh, I should do that and mention it in the video, and then I didn't do it for March. I thought about doing it this morning, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna track it because I feel like I'm revising anyway and I don't really know how to track my words that way, so I'm not gonna track my words probably. So yeah, back to the bullet journal. So for books I've read that month though, I read 3 books. 2 of them were audiobooks. So yeah, I only read 1 physical book, but I feel like it's a little bit skewed in a way, because it's not like I've only read 1 book. Like I've read 1.5, but I didn't finish that other half, so I can't really mark that as I've read this book in this month. So that's why I feel like I can't really log that here as read in that current month. So yeah, 3 books read in March, which I mean, I read 3 books in February as well, so I'm still like on par with that, except that in February I read 2 physical books. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I definitely enjoy reading, and the book series I'm reading now, I just kind of want to finish that series off instead of like starting a new book. Just to show you like my reading, this was the first book in the series, and then this is the second book in the series. So you can see that I have read quite like some chapters, just not like all of them, you know? So I did make progress on book 2. It's been taking me a little bit longer to finish the second book, or like get through the second book, but you know, I'll get there eventually. I've just not been reading as much before bed in March, which again, I feel like March was a good month, but at the same time, a lot of things kind of flew out a window with like my tracking, my journaling, my reading. Like I've just not been doing all of them consistently, which I did do in February. So I just don't know what's happening. That is a little bit the books that I've read. Let me check other things. I did already say that March was gonna be a good month for me with stats. I don't know, I could feel it. And also because I knew that in like the first couple days in March, I gained a lot of followers on Twitter. So I was like, this is popping up for me. I'm gonna have so many more followers than I did in February. And I totally did, because in February I had 39 followers on Twitter, and now I have 187. So, you know, I did good in March, trying to gain like more followers there and kind of growing my platform on Twitter. So that was pretty good. I feel like focusing kind of on Twitter for March was a good idea. Even though I still did like my normal kind of stuff on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, adding like Twitter to March and kind of seeing, okay, how can I grow my following there has helped. I feel like now it's kind of stagnated because I haven't been doing as much on it, but it has definitely grown a little bit. So pretty happy about that. I also gained 19 followers on YouTube, or subscribers I should call them. So I'm very excited. Since then, I've already gained more subscribers. So, you know, at the time of recording like this for my bullet journal, I had 151 subscribers on YouTube on the 31st of March. I have to say, the 1st of April, already major shift. So yeah, I call it major, but for me it's major. It's like I gained a couple more followers, and not just like, not 1, but like 5 or something. So, you know, like, I call that a win. So right now I think I'm sitting at 159 subscribers on YouTube, and it's the 3rd of April as I'm recording this. So pretty good. So there's a little bit of my stats. I have also logged it in my normal kind of stats notebook that I use for like the YouTube tracking, kind of seeing like, okay, what are my watch hours, what are my impressions, kind of those things. I've tracked that in my other bullet journal. I will keep doing that to kind of get a graph at the end of the year, but yeah, we'll see once we get to the end of the year. I don't think I'm gonna show it every month, but if you're interested, let me know, then I will do it again for April. As for the podcast stats, I feel like I can dive into stats a lot more, but right now, just kind of follower wise, we have 27 subscribers and 90 followers on Instagram and 5 on TikTok. So TikTok is definitely falling behind a little bit on growing our platform there. Somehow our TikToks have not really been going off anywhere. So it's all good. We'll see once we get there again. But yeah, officially the podcast has released just this morning, so like 2 hours ago. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to see the first episode on the podcast. So yeah, by the time you guys see this, it's Tuesday, so the podcast will have been live for over a day, so you can definitely go check out episode 1, and if you haven't watched the first introductory episode, you can also watch that one. It's both on YouTube and on any other platform that you can think of when you think about podcasting. I'm pretty sure we're everywhere. If not, and if you find your favorite podcasting platform and we're not there, let us know so that we can see if we can fix that. But we're basically, I think, wide, so we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, you name it, kind of. I don't even know how many platforms we're on, but we are on quite a lot. I will make sure to leave a link down below to the podcast URL that you can go check out where we're at. But yeah, the podcast is also always linked in my description, by the way. So that's very exciting for April, so I'll probably come back to it again when we do the April wrap up, but let's get back to March. All right, some of the highlights for March. I don't know, March was a good month, and I've said that, but it's true. March was a really good month. We had a team building event at work, so work wise it went really well. We had team spirit, and work picked up a lot in March as well, where just more projects are going to be launching again, and so many more meetings in March, but in a good way. Also in March, I officially got accepted into the anthology that I had submitted to in February. So if you've not seen my announcement on the anthology, I will make sure to leave it linked in the cards. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be published, and I heard that on the 7th of March, which was a day that I was still at my mom's, and I found out in the morning as I kind of woke up. So it was definitely very exciting day for me, and that's what I heard in March. So March was a very good month. I also had the Storyteller's Hearth Relay weekend in March, where I was one of the hosts for one of the productivity sprints, and then also a co-host on a social stream with Shannon. So those were all very exciting as well. I had a really good time, and I was kind of surprised how well kind of the streaming went and how I really enjoyed doing the live stream. So I'm thinking of doing more, but we'll see. In March, I also had some weekends I was at my mom's, so I spent some time with my family as well. We went out for dinner with the family, so that was really nice, and just kind of some time with family is always good. Also cleaned my apartment a little bit, did a trip to IKEA, which is always fun, and got some new like little cabinets for my desk. So overall, March was a very, very good month. March also marks a year since I started filming. Yeah. A year ago in March, I started filming like my first YouTube videos, and I started filming that on my iPad, and I was gonna be kind of going live with my videos on the 4th of April. That was my plan. It didn't happen that way. If you've not seen those videos, make sure you go watch them. But yeah, I didn't go live until the 2nd of May, but I started filming in March. So it's also kind of weird to see how that has happened already, and it's already been almost a year. So my official date is the 2nd of May, and I'm thinking maybe I should do like something for my 1-year anniversary on Authortube. So I was thinking maybe a live stream. I don't know if that's something that you guys would be interested in, so let me know in the comments if that is something that you think I should be doing, or if there's something else that you think would be a good way to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. But yeah, it's coming up and it's weird. I'm thinking if there's other things for May this year. I have kind of filled out my reflection page, but it's not as filled as my previous reflection pages are, and I feel that's just because I'm not feeling the journaling this month. So I don't know what it is. So that is a little bit the bullet journal review of March. If I then look at the hours spent that I usually track on Forest, I put those into my tracking system, like my spreadsheet where I track everything, and I had 150 hours in March towards kind of author stuff and author related stuff. So I felt like that was pretty good. I have also gotten my first Fiverr order in March, although the delivery is not going to be until April somewhere. So, you know, I'm not gonna have that paycheck in March, but I will be having that in April, which is exciting because that will be the first official money I will make as a business. So I'm excited for that as well. And other than that, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about March, and I feel pretty good about where I'm going with all the author stuff. I've also already done my finances, so no need to worry about that. I have done them. I will have to do my taxes somewhere in April, so that is still coming up. And I also need to check kind of how to log that income that's coming in April, how to do that for the second quarter taxes once those come around, but I'll definitely have to check that with my tax advisor. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for everything I am gonna cover for March. If there's anything that you're curious about, or if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I am pretty much an open book, so you can ask me anything. And also let me know if you think I should do a live stream for my Authortube anniversary, or if there's something else you think I should be doing for my Authortube anniversary. And also let me know how your March was, so I can be happy for all the things you've achieved in March. And on to another great month with April coming up. That's what we're hoping, so fingers crossed. I do think April is gonna be kind of a busy month for me. That's what I feel like it is gonna be, but we'll see, we'll find out. But yeah, so with that, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoy these kind of wrap-ups every month. And if there's something else that you want me to include, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to have a look at that. And with that, I will leave you guys. So happy Camp Nano, and I'll see you in my next videos. Happy NaNoWriMo. No. Yeah, I don't know. Oops, sorry. I hate that.